Okay, this is heavy. Go ahead and get a paper, a pen, or plan on re-listening to it. But within the first few minutes, I'm going to ask you guys, where are you stuck? And you just heard that phrase. Write down, put a little Siri note, whatever you want to do. I want to know where you're stuck. And then from there, what we're going to determine is that you are your biggest resource getting in your way. And we're going to give you ideas in the way out. But it's up to you.
Check us out.
Perfect.
Welcome to the Mizell Show.
An inspiration for a new generation.
Hi, I'm Alana Mizell, a loving mother of two, a devoted wife to Steven, and an entrepreneur helping women realize their dreams and potential.
And I'm Steven Mizell, caring father of two, a devoted husband to Alana, and a driving force to help young men prepare for life after college football.
And if that wasn't enough, we're a biracial couple.
She was raised in the North, but I was raised in the South.
The only thing normal about our lives, who am I kidding? It's never normal around here. Join us for the Mizell Show.
Right now. The Mizell Show. Oh, you gonna go first? Hey guys, we're back on the Mizell Show.
Are you your biggest resource getting in your way? I'm super passionate about this one.
Yes, you are. Very passionate about it.
Very passionate about it.
So I might not talk as much tonight or today.
Okay, Steven, where are you currently stuck?
Where am I currently stuck?
Like, say like you're looking at your job or looking at a workout or looking at whatever you're trying to achieve from a goal perspective. Where are you currently feeling like you're stuck?
I'm definitely stuck in my weight loss, my workout. Bleh. I'm stuck there. I'm 100% stuck.
So you're stuck in your weight loss and bleh. For me,
can you say that again? Bleh.
Bleh. Okay, so you're stuck in your weight loss bleh. When you see people that are like super fit, are you ever like, they just have good genes?
Yeah. Or I say they have a personal chef that I can't afford, or they...
So you make an excuse?
No, not me. I'm saying other people do that.
Oh, the other people do that. Right.
I'm saying it for a friend, not just me.
Oh, just asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
You're a mess.
No, I do agree. Yes, I do. Yeah.
So you assume that they have a predisposition to be able to be more fit than you.
Yes, or... Yeah, the predisposition... Yeah, I do think that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, not that I don't believe predispositions don't exist, because I 100% do, as you guys have heard in our podcast. But I believe that we utilize predispositions to limit our ability to realize that we are our own resource getting in our way. If you took as much time focusing on somebody else's predisposition or the fact that they had a home chef, and you actually utilize that mind space to focus on how you can achieve more yourself, how much further would you be?
Yeah, I mean, and that was a very beautiful, articulated way you just said that. But it's also to kind of break it down for our people that are more simple, like myself. Stop focusing on the negative, the things that you can't control. I mean,
not only that, but like you spend 30 minutes.
Oh, I didn't say I spent 30 minutes.
Okay, women definitely spend 30 minutes scrolling on other people's Instagram, trying to figure out how they got over 10,000 followers in the last month and how are they getting their swipe up and blah, 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 blah.
Man.
Well, they just had those people before they ever started selling X, Y, and Z. Oh, they must have paid for that. Those aren't real followers. Do you see her engagement? Well, if you had spent that much time actually focusing on where you are not facing your fears and where you are currently stuck and actually utilizing yourself as a resource versus them as your limiting resource, you wouldn't be where you currently are.
We gonna lose some followers.
That's fine. Unfollow. That's your own fault.
Whoa.
That's your own fault.
That is heavy.
So all you're doing is taking up mind space.
Yes. And that's the thing that I do agree with you.
Steve Vertig says, you're not invited to my movie night.
You're not invited to my movie night. You're not invited to my mind space. And to break this down, as you know, we listen to different sermons and podcasts. We bring it together, but Alana just hit the nail on the head. So paint the picture. It's your family movie night. You finally got everybody together. You're finally sitting down. You're excited about the movie. You got your popcorn, your chips, and all of a sudden, one of your kids pulls their phones out and says, "Can you believe that so-and-so said this?"
Let's get real. For us, it'd be my dad scrolling on Facebook, because that's all he does.
Yeah.
Is scroll.
Yeah. Scroll on Facebook.
Did you hear?
Did you see that somebody said this? All of a sudden, then you have invited that person to your movie night, to your area of, what is it called? Chi? Like your zen. You were there, and then boom, they've ruined your movie night. Like you said, if you could put it into a projection like, hey, Stephen, this is your mind space, and this 98% is being taken up by garbage. Oh, man, I got that much space to be focusing on other things?
How much time has the American public spent filling their mind space with Donald Trump?
Girl, stop.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
How much time has the American public spent filling their mind space talking about racism?
Yeah.
And how they aren't racist?
Yeah. And
I'm just asking.
No, and that's the thing, and that's why we preach, is like, you're saying all these things at a 10,000 foot level, but you're not bringing it down to the very, very, very bottom and something that you can control. Like, this is your mind space.
Right.
This is, yes, Donald Trump, whatever you want to call it.
And those are big dogs, but like, how many people do you currently follow on Instagram or on Facebook or on Clubhouse or on TikTok that you actually spend more time trying to figure out how they can pay for X, Y, and Z versus just clicking unfollow? You have
spend so much time
permission to unfollow people.
And I think that's something that we on this podcast are full disclosure. And we will give you all the goodies, because I think I can come full disclosure that I struggle in my industry because everything is on the social media, or it's out there. You're like, oh, that guy got this because he and so knows this person. He is like, and while you're worrying about how their journey got there and that you could be focusing on, I could be focusing on things that I personally know that I can control and do better. And I know for you, it's the same way with your industry. It's very easy to get caught up in the letting people take over your mind space.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, my gosh, yeah. And all that's going to do is create a disbelief in your ability. So if you just sit there and create a disbelief because somebody else has something that you don't, all you're telling yourself is how far you are from getting there. Versus, what if you changed that around?
Go ahead.
And started to preach to yourself the narrative that is actually true, saying that I am valuable, what I have is different, and I can have competition without having a threat, and utilizing yourself as a resource. So in 2021, that we are finally in, amen. Everybody said amen.
Yeah, it had a rough start, though, but we're still here. We're here.
We're trying. Oh, man. So we have unlimited resources. And even if you don't own a computer, first of all, if you're listening to this, you at least own a smart device, because you're listening to it on a podcast platform. Or you're at a computer at the public library. I don't know if you guys know this, but the public library still does exist. You can still get books out, and they do still print physical books.
They do.
That have all the information on if you want to create something. Guess what? There's also this thing called YouTube. It's the largest search engine in the world. It's larger than Google. So if there's something that you want to learn, go on YouTube. It's going to be there. It's going to be there. But we spend so much time looking at what everybody else has achieved and how they had a predisposition to get there before us, or they must. And guess what else you're doing to that person? You're limiting the amount of work that they've put in. Did you know that I sell makeup? Not only do I sell makeup, but the makeup that I sell is 3D makeup, which allows you to highlight and contour your face in a super simple compact. As a mom, I could not survive without my simplified routine. Not only that, but it's exactly what you need. Exactly when you need it, all in one spot. Go ahead and check out Alana Mizell on Instagram or alanamizell.com to learn more.
Yeah, and that's the thing that you have to see it from a standpoint of you are limiting them, but you're also continue to take that away from yourself.
Yeah. So, okay. So now you've got to do the actual work.
And you have no excuses.
Here's where it gets hard.
It gets hard because it's so much easier to perpetually say, oh, that person had that, that's why I'm steps behind them. Or I don't know how to do this. Or the resources are out there. And like for me in my struggle with the whole weight and what I'm trying to accomplish and the blah, it's me choosing to use the resources and the knowledge around me to get to where I'm trying to go.
Steven, how do you lose your weight and get out of blah? How do you lose weight?
Do the work.
No, actually, facts. How do you lose weight?
Oh, you have to be in what's it called, a caloric deficit. You have to.
Right.
You have to.
So you know the answer.
You have to trim the fat. You have to.
Right.
You have to pull back on certain things in order to get to where you want.
If you actually want it. So there's a difference between...
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Putting in the work and wanting something. There's a difference between wanting something and actually being willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
And I think so many times we forget that you almost have to assess what you're willing to give up to determine if you want it bad enough.
Yeah. Oh,
so what are
100%.
you willing to give up to lose the fat that you're wanting to lose?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a question.
That's a question?
That's a question.
I mean, got to continue to give up sleep. Got to give up...
Is sleep really an answer? Have you done your research and utilized your resources to determine if that is actually the problem?
Well, I'm saying give up sleep in terms of waking up and going and actually working out.
Okay, but what is the cost analysis on that?
I don't know.
You assume that it's sleep. But sleep is king.
Sleep is king, but also, I mean, like, I gotta.
And if you
out.
don't get enough sleep, you can have inflammation. You can also have all these other issues that end up happening. Not to mention as you're yawning. Not to mention...
Everybody didn't need to know that right now.
Your facial structure that could change. Early aging, depending on...
So
sleep.
when am I supposed to work out then? If I'm
That's not my point. My point is that we're not utilizing our resources, and we're the ones that are already getting in our way before you even tried to lose the weight. You haven't put a thing in your mouth, and your first solution was to sleep less.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is it really sleeping less, or is it adjusting your macronutrient count? I'm just using it as an example.
No, I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying.
For me to get unstuck of seeing where my value is it just writing down I'm worthy all the time? No. It's me assessing and actually healing from the times that I did not feel valuable.
Yeah.
And being able to remove me as Alana separate from that moment.
Yeah.
What has happened to me, my miscarriages, assaults, anything like that, is not Alana. That is a story that was depicted on my life.
Yeah.
That is two different things.
Yeah.
But so for me to get unstuck, I actually have to do the work. I already know what I have to do. And I would challenge nearly everybody who is stuck that they probably know what they have to do.
And that's the biggest fear. Is that people at the end of the day know what they have to do.
They actually don't want to do it though, because of what they would have to give up.
And that's something that I can come clean on the record to say is that I know that I need to do a better job of my macronutrients. I know that for a fact, but I have not put myself in a position to actually do it.
Right. That has nothing to do with sleep.
Oh yes. I mean, I guess maybe.
But your first, I'm not, Stephen, there's nothing wrong with what you said,
no,
but
you're saying
it actually is great because it's proving my point.
No.
That so many times we don't utilize our resources and we are actually the ones that are getting in our way when all we have to do is actually do the research, utilize our resources, stop wasting time looking at somebody else who is already where you want to go and realize that you can get there. It's just a matter of what are you willing to give up. And if you realize that you're not willing to give something up for it, then that's not where you want to go. So you've got to stop wasting your mind space.
Yeah. And that rings true for me because, like, again, I just said that I gave an excuse of the sleep piece that was basically just sugarcoating what really needs to happen that I don't want to do.
Did you give an excuse, or did you give something that you're currently willing to give up but may not actually be the solution? You're willing to give up sleep. You're not willing
to give up
this stuff in your macronutrients. That's different.
That is different. And that's like putting on a front. Like you're
It's just thinking that you can, what is the saying, cut your face off spite. I don't know. I have to ask my mom.
I don't know that one.
But
in order to...
You want... so many Americans and millennials, however you want to say it, want the fast route to success.
Yeah.
The fast route to success is hard work.
Yeah.
There's nothing fast about it.
And actually wanting to do the work that you know you need to do. But so many times, like me coming in this confession booth with Alon tonight, I know what I need to do, but I put out like, oh, I'll just do this and do that. But like, doing that is not going to get to where you need to be until you make the decision to actually do what you know you need to do.
Right. And if you looked at me 8-9 months ago, I think there's actually a video of you and I talking about my anxiety. There's an IGTV on my Instagram about us talking about my anxiety and how we didn't want to talk about it. And the reason we didn't want to talk about it is because I couldn't articulate it in a manner that actually showed that I was putting in the work. I just wanted it to disappear.
Ooh.
I was like, why has it just not gone away? And I was already medicating, and I didn't want to up my medication, especially in the middle of COVID and everything that kind of goes with that. And I was like, no, this can't be it. It's got to just go away because I'm already taking the medication. But I didn't want to put in the work. I didn't want to give up X, Y, and Z. I didn't want to give up this false control that I had over my mind to be able to realize that I'm valuable outside of what has happened to me.
And also it goes back to the fact that, when we were dealing with that, we had the piece of the excuses of, well, we can't do this because I don't know. We don't have the time for it, or we don't want to do it. But at the end of the day, you knew you needed to talk to someone. It wasn't just going to go away, and that's the work that we together collectively had to do, but we just didn't want to do it. And it wasn't going to go away.
I don't want to do it at all.
Just like my stubborn...
Because I've always been able to take care of it myself. But what I've realized is that I didn't take care of it. I just was able to push it down long enough. Like you were able to push your weight down long enough.
And keep getting our own way.
Right. Yeah. You were just able to push it down long enough that you weren't actually addressing the root problem.
Yeah.
Which is what?
My root problem is macronutrients. That's
is it? Or is it actually that you're too busy comparing yourself to something that you will never be?
I wouldn't say... I don't think I'm comparing myself to something I'll never be. I think it's something that I fundamentally haven't decided that I really want to do because I haven't done it. And this is just like 100%.
And there's people that ask us all the time, how do you do it all?
I don't do it. I don't. Like.
No, they ask us like with how busy our schedule is, how do you do it all?
Oh, okay.
Oh my
God. I'm so lost right now.
No, so like we've had friends be like, I just don't understand how you get up at X time.
Oh, yes.
Have 2 kids, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know. How do you eat a sandwich?
One bite at a time.
How do you eat an elephant? It's my favorite quote. How do you eat an elephant?
I don't eat meat.
It's too funny. One bite at a time.
One bite at a time. But you have to take the bite. You have to.
You have to be willing to take a bite.
Yeah.
To actually heal. Did I want to start helping with my anxiety? Theoretically, yes.
But not until you took the bite.
Theoretically, yes. Did I realize the severity of healing that I needed and need to go through? No.
No.
Not at all. And I think that there is so much healing that we as people need to actually do that we are so afraid because it's easier to stay in our comfort of fear that we end up being our resource that's in the way.
Yeah, and that's a harsh reality that, I think it's worded in so many different ways, but like you always look around, you look to the left, you look to the right, you call people, you do all the Google searches, which the resources are out there, and I do agree with you on that, but you never do like just a flat foot gut check with yourself. Like you look at all this and it's you. It's me choosing to pick up my kryptonite, those wheat thins. It's me choosing to do those things that I know I don't.
Dressing.
Extra. Oh gosh.
I mean, you macro it in. Like that's on you. Like you do you.
But if you don't macro it in.
But right.
Hey, or you had the harsh reality of your 5-year-old yelling at you from across
That
the
goes. Is that in your macros today, Mom? It is now,
It is
sister.
now, sister.
That's literally what I said. It is now. And like, we're joking about macros. We do fundamentally believe in macros personally, but it's anything that is a limiting belief.
Yeah.
And making you feel stuck. And really, this whole philosophy I was listening to the song Soulmate by Lizzo. And if you don't know it, you probably need to. But she says...
Lizzo is very blunt.
At one point, she says, damn, you're the one. And don't we all actually want to be able to look in the mirror and say, damn, you're the one, and believe it?
Yeah.
Can you right now look at yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, you're the one?
No. And I can confidently say that.
I can confidently say, no, I'm not the one.
No, I can't. I think that's something that people struggle with too. Like this is, like, you know, like, yeah,
both sides of it.
I can definitely say right now, I cannot look in the mirror and confidently say, yes, I am the one.
Yes, because, and it's funny that you said that because had I asked you this exact question last night, you would have said yes.
No.
Lies.
No, I still am not.
Lies.
Okay, I don't know.
We've unpacked, Steve and I have spent a significant amount of time today unpacking a lot of stuff. And it's super healthy.
Hey, it's healthy to unpack your spouse.
It's so healthy.
It's very healthy.
And
very
it's
healthy.
interesting,
very,
and
very
you get
healthy.
to know each other so much more. And helps you understand quirks and like
that can be a
that's
podcast.
That's a whole nother.
It is
We're gonna do that.
How to unpack your spouse?
Ooh. Call me. No.
I ain't gonna call you. You might have somebody sleep on the couch that night.
No, they would not.
Bruh.
Okay, well maybe. I'm so sorry. It's
no, but
Steven's laughing because I have an innate ability to ask questions.
I know, but it's a beautiful ability to ask questions because you have to, and like people hate to be in uncomfortable situations, especially when they don't know the answer.
That's why they don't change.
They don't change. You know, you have to change it. So she's been talking to me these last few days about some things that I have been struggling with, and I think it's amazing because, as we tell you guys all this, because like in this time and age right now, and in jobs and change and trying to figure out what's next, you have the sense of, man, why me, woe is me, and then it's like, well, why are you letting this depict who you are? And then we just started unpacking. So we won't go into that right now.
Because you were letting other resources get in your way.
Yeah.
Versus you focusing on you.
Yep.
But I think and fully believe that when you get to where you can process through some of this healing, you're going to look at yourself and say, damn, you're the one.
That's the goal.
I mean, I believe it with my whole heart. Give me a few months in a therapist. And then
yeah.
Obviously I'm pro therapy. Obviously.
Definitely pro therapy.
Pro therapy. You can't have mine because we're going to fill up her plate too much and then she's going to tell me she doesn't have time for me. So you can't have mine. But you guys, you got to determine where you're stuck first and be honest. And I can almost guarantee, as people heard me say, where you stuck, they thought of something.
But they didn't. But they push it down. They're like, no, that's not.
No, that's not me. I'm not stuck there.
No, that's not me.
I'm not stuck there.
No. Call yourself out,
right,
and say, no, I am stuck in this.
Are you stuck with relational intimacy with your spouse or your boyfriend? Are you stuck with opening up to your friends? Are you stuck with even having friends?
Are you stuck with comparison? Are you stuck in the house with a spouse that you don't know?
Right. Are you stuck living your life as if your kids are your solution and you have no idea who you are anymore? Sorry.
At the end of the day, you have to be honest where you are stuck.
Correct. So determine where you're stuck. And then you guys got to realize that you got to stop staring at other people. empty out your mind space. They do not have a predisposition in front of you for a goal that you personally are wanting to achieve. But then from there, you guys have to do the work. And how you determine if you're willing to do the work is to determine what you would give up to get there. That's how you figure it out. What will you give up to get where you want to go? And if you're not going to give anything up, I hate to tell you this, you don't want to get there.
Exactly. So until Steven gives up the wheat thins and the dressing, he's not going to get there.
Until I give up the control over my life in thinking that I have the solution for everything, because I'm a super perfectionist, and if I just work harder, I'll get the output that I want. Until I can look at myself and say that my output will never depict my value, I will never get over my perfectionism.
Yes.
All of it.
All of it.
Stephen nor I are anywhere close to perfecting this, but we are knee deep in the middle of it, and wanted to share with you guys kind of the problem that we're facing, and realizing that we are our biggest resource that is getting in our way. Only you can determine where you're stuck, where you're saying that somebody else is filling up your mind space, and where you need to do the work if it's actually a goal that you have. So if you guys are enjoying this, definitely leave us a review. Give us the feedback. If there's something you guys want us to talk about, reach out to us on our website at themizellshow.com. There is a contact section. You can put it in there. We would love to hear about it. Or you can always go over to Instagram at The Mizell Show. Also, as always, don't forget to screenshot this episode and just add it to your stories and tag us on Instagram, on Facebook at The Mizell Show. Thanks, guys. Are you loving The Mizell Show? Well, we love you all. And did you know that you can have me and Steven talk to your team or a group of 25 of your friends? All it takes is 25 people showing up on either a Zoom call, a Facebook Live, or really anywhere. Hopefully in person sooner rather than later. But how do you get us? So all you have to do is email themizellshow@gmail.com, or you can direct message us on Instagram at The Mizell Show.